that is also possible. So let us decompose the condition in this way. So if m greater than equal to 60, if it is like that, then it is A, otherwise it is less than 60. Now less than 60 is further decomposed into less than 50 and greater than 50, greater than equal to 50. Less than 50 further decomposed into less than 40 and greater than equal to 40. Now what are the corresponding actions? If it is greater than 50A, then less than 60 but greater than 50, then it is P. Less than 50 greater than 40, then it is C, and this is F. Now we have to prepare the conditions. These are the decision tree. So conditions are M greater than equal to 60. This is one of the conditions. Another is that it is less than 60 and greater than equal to 50. So M greater than equal to 50 and M less than 60. Another can be greater than 40 equal to 40 but less than 50. Other can be M less than 40. So these are the four conditions. You can use else if. This one may be if, this one may be your else if. Next else if is here, next else. Else you may not have to write the condition, but it represents this. It represents this. So in this way, you have to break up the conditions, and after breaking up, you will have to put the consequence or corresponding action. This program can be done in variety of ways, but ultimately you have to organize your conditions properly. If you can properly organize, that will cover all possible cases of student marks, then it is okay. Now we have covered if, we have covered if else, then nested if else, then else if else. Now last two remains ternary operator or conditional operator, and next is switch. Okay. Ternary and conditional both are same, but in your exam you may get confused which one is ternary, which one is conditional. So that's why I have written side by side. Now, what is ternary operator? First of all, ternary, before getting into ternary, you must have some idea of binary and unary operator. Unary operator means the operator with single operand, okay, just like minus 5. This is the minus is an operator, subtraction operator, but when I write minus 5, actually it represents a negative number. So here actually minus is unary operator. Similarly, if I write 12 minus 7, 12 plus 7, like that, these operators are binary operators. Why is it binary? Because it takes two arguments, two operands, okay, to execute. Now, similarly, ternary operator actually takes three arguments to execute. So, which
Sir,
are yes,
sir, please explain unary operator, please again.
unary operator. Okay, unary operator means the operator or symbol that works with single operand. Okay, here actually minus five means it is just a negative number I represent. Hmm. So this is a very simple example. There are other also operators, unary form of type of thing is available. But here, this if you try to understand the difference between these two minus, then you will find what is the difference. Here, it takes only one argument. Okay, it takes only one argument. Here, actually, when I do some addition, I need always two arguments. Okay. Otherwise, can we perform any addition with single operand? No. So that's why the operator which requires two arguments to execute, that is binary. The operator requires one argument to execute, that is nothing but unary. The syntax for ternary operator is expression, let's say it is okay, it should not be expression 3. Okay, I correct to it should not be 3 actually. It's something else. It's okay. Let us not provide this because it will add confusion. There is special syntax. I will discuss that. So expression 1. This is note of interrogation. Then followed by expression 2 colon and expression 3. Okay. Now, what does it mean by it? We must know what is the meaning of it. Let us try to represent one if else statement. If there is some problem. or printf will be little difficult at your space. Let us put some assignment operator. A greater than 10, then x equal to 200, say. Otherwise, x equal to 300. Let's say this is our simple piece of code. Now, if I convert into ternary operator, how does it look? Ax equal to a greater than 100 200 300. Okay, let us not write the semicolon here because you people may get confused because semicolon is a part of this statement. So these two are the operators. That means ternary operator is represented using note of interrogation and colon. Now this is the example of ternary. Now what does it mean? If a greater than 100, this condition is kept here and consequence is x equal to 200. So I am actually setting the value of x here if x greater than 100, otherwise x is equal to 300. That means if I generalize the statement from here, if expression 1 is true, then expression 2, otherwise expression 3. Okay, this is what ternary does actually. So there is a direct correspondence between if-else syntax and ternary. So if you can write something in form of if-else, you can also write in form of ternary. Let's say it has two syntax. Let's say there is another type of syntax. Another example. Okay. I'm considering one printf statement. Okay. If a greater than 100, printf apple, else but if it is too complicated, if your statement is too complicated, then we cannot write in this way. Because if you have multiple statements here, then it is not possible to convert. If the if else is of this type, then only it is possible. Now, how do we convert? A greater than 100, we simply write without any type of assignment. Printf apple, sorry, mango. So this is how we write ternary. So basic difference between previous syntax and this syntax is here is no such assignment. These two are compulsory. This note of interrogation and this colon mark. Now, if this is true, then this otherwise this. So for true and this is for false. Similarly, if we move here, actually, we can write also in this way that if it is true, then this, and if it is false, then this. That is very useful when you are writing condition, because if else often makes it very clumsy. But in ternary, you can, if you are capable of writing ternary instruction, you can write the instruction in single line, it will execute the same thing. It's more compact notation compared to your if-else, conventional if-else. Now, ternary can also be nested. Like if-else, the ternary can also be nested. Let's say one example of nested if-else we had taken earlier. I better copy that code. It will be much better for us to understand. Actually, if I write printf everything, then the code becomes very complex. So rather, I am a little bit substituting the code. I am considering one variable which is maximum. So let's say m is the variable. So if this is the condition, then m becomes value of x is assigned to m. Here actually value of z is assigned to m. Similarly, value of y is assigned to m. Similarly, value of z is assigned to m. And finally, we are going to print the value of m. Try to understand the idea. Okay. In this way, actually, we can print which one is maximum. So I'm actually tuning the problem little bit, because that is also possible without considering m. You have to write multiple times printf in ternary, and that will be very clumsy and difficult to write. So here, since that code is very complex, we are going to find the maximum of these three. So your first if is this one. So ultimately your m, I am going to find what will be the value of m. So first if is this one, x greater than y, then something after that colon I have to write here down below, because I don't have any scope to write here, and then followed by semicolon. This is the basic syntax of ternary. Okay. Now inside that there is one if and else. So if x greater than z, then x, otherwise it is z. Similarly here, if y greater than z, then y, otherwise it is z. So in this way, finally we can print the value of m. Yes. So in this way, using ternary, we can also solve this problem. But in just one statement, you consider it's a single statement. You have implemented so much complicated logic. This is a nested syntax of ternary. Okay. Now, what is left?
Which, sir?
Switch case. Okay. So this one is completed. So just switch. Switch. This is a generalized structure of switch syntax. Now, what happens? You have to write switch S W I T C H. Everything is small, and within bracket you have to write expression. Switch is also an alternative to your if else. Sorry, else if ladder, but it is much better than else if ladder in terms of it is more and more organized and specific. Okay. When your conditions are too many, then using switch is much better than else if ladder. But here is also some limitation. Your expression should always be integer or character. And it can be single variable. Let's say it can be like switch a, and at the beginning you have declared a as an integer. Okay. Now a may have some value in it. So in this way, or you can also provide some complicated expression. Let's say you can write also a plus algebra. Any expression you can also write, but mind it, ultimately return of the expression should be an integer or character. If it is floating point number or some other type, this switch will not work. This is one of the limitations. And another thing, you have to provide the specific value for case. Case means when your control moves and it enters into the switch, then according to specific value, some statement will execute it. That means, let's say you want that at value 10, something will happen. I will provide one example, no problem, you will understand. So at value 10, some statement will execute. So you have to put that value followed by semicolon and colon, then you write statement. Okay, one after another. Finally, when your case ends, you have to write break. So actually in switch, you have to organize your instructions in form of many cases. Okay. And finally, you have to write default. Default means if none of the cases are selected or none of the cases are satisfied, then it will execute the default statement. That means all other cases are not true, or your expression does not match with the cases, because when control enters, the control actually matches your expression, or it compares the expression with the case value. If it is matching with value 1, value 2, or like that. If it is found to be matching with one of the values, then the corresponding statement will execute and it will get out of that block. Okay. This is the fundamental idea behind switch. Now, when I provide any example, you will understand. So let me provide example with programming. Okay, rather than be theoretical, we may provide one example with the program. Actually, I have installed one Windows-based C in your lab, although you have to follow the Linux-based C, but since I am using virtual machine, so they are switching from virtual machine to real Windows. Actually, sometimes we get some technical problems, as in last day. So that's why I have used or installed a Windows C compiler, that is DevC. So here,
so you can use online C compiler.
You can online you can also use, but if in your lab, if it is instructed that you have to use Linux compiler or like that, then you have to use that. But for your personal practice, you can do anything. Okay.
Okay.
And here actually this is the difference between Windows and Linux. See, in Windows you have to provide this additional header file, this phonio.h. You can see this additional header file you have to provide other than stdio.h. Okay. So let us consider one switch example. Let's say a is a variable integer with a
So spelling of switch.
spelling of switch is not proper. Case, let's say 1. I am firstly organizing several cases. You have to provide gap between case and case value. Okay, this is your case value 1 and 2. I am taking very simply here. In your lab programs, you should properly indent because I haven't done any indentation. You should properly indent code. Now let's say I am printing digit. This is new line. I think I had discussed earlier. 1. This is 1. And followed by, I am keeping only one syntax. Sorry, one statement. This is very also mistake. I'm copying that structure. By structure. Break is not required for default because this default is usually the last case. So this should be 2. This is, let's say, I am writing try again. So let us run this program. Is there any problem? Error in function. Printf was not declared in this scope. Okay, the printf should be
So C is capital.
C is capital. That's right, and that error is copied everywhere. I haven't saved it. It does not provide any output because I haven't taken any input. Okay, so I have to take input from user. That means I have to ask user to supply any value whose interpretation will be digital. Supply any digit, the interpretation in word will be digital. So enter a number, it will enter a number. Return not reduce the range. Here actually if we zoom in, so the terminal is asking user to enter a number. So when I provide 2, so it gives 2. Similarly, if I provide 3, it gives 3. If I provide 1, it gives 1. You can find. Now, if I provide, let's say 8, I haven't designed any case with 8 because the value of A is taken here from user and it is comparing with the case value. So since there is no such case with 8, so it will print the default. That means it should print try again. Okay, try again. This is the actual execution scenario of switch. Now I'm moving on to a different example. I'm reading one character, okay, or taking one character from user. Yes, okay. How should I? Percent C. Now let us make it.
Sir, instead of int A, it should factor A, no?
Any?
Instead of int A, it should be character A, no?
Instead of scanf. Oh.
No, instead of int A.
Type. Correct.
Yes, sir.
Type. Here, if I write, there maybe still there is a mistake because in Linux I find when I type any character after pressing enter, it takes actually enter. So it will not provide the appropriate output, but still I have to check it. Okay. Case A stands for say apple. B stands for say bird, whatever. Cat, whatever, anything I'm putting here, and default is try again, but I don't know will it actually take the character or not because in Linux I face this type of problem, but I do not usually use that window. So enter a character. If I supply A, so what happens? Oh no, it's taking properly. It is taking properly. So let us make it little bit attractive. Make one colon here. Compile and run. Let's say if I provide capital A, then what happens? I haven't designed any case, so actually it is taking default. So is there any way to make capital, to include capital A, such that if I provide small a, it will also it will give apple, and for capital A, it will also give apple. One of the solution is that we increase one case. That we make it capital. So there will be two cases for small a and capital A, and apple will be printed. Okay. But problem is, we have to add one extra line. Now, before getting into the next solution, let me discuss something. What happens if we don't provide break? Enter a character. When I type capital A, it prints apple, bird, cat, and try again. So actually break was locking the case and it is helping us to coming out of that syntax. But when I remove that break, it executes all the cases starting from the case value which is case value which is equal to the expression here. Okay. If I go to another example, it will be much more clear. Let's say I am taking the next case, that means B. Enter a character, I provide B. Then what happens? Up to from B, from the action and corresponding action of B, the everything is getting executed. Okay, but it excludes apple because the execution starts from here. Everything will be executed. Okay, you try to understand that scenario here. Every windows are open. Okay, so this expression is being compared. I should not write X because people will be confused here. So when X equal to A, it prints apple, but it doesn't stop here actually. Well, because since there is no break, the control comes down one by one and up to the default. Okay. If it is B, then control starts coming down from B, and if it is C, then control starts coming down from C. Let us try with the example of C. If you enter a character is C, then it is cat and try again. If it is something else, let's say Y, then only try again because none of the characters is matching with the expression. So using this concept, we can also modify a little bit. That is not desirable that when a particular case matches and we actually we will print the subsequent cases. That is not very desirable. So we add break statement like before. We add break statement, but we take one case without break. We take one additional case without break. That is case A, capital A, and case small a. Have a look at it. Now, check what happens if we try to execute. If I provide capital A, it is apple. And if I provide small a, it is still apple. Because when I am providing capital A, it doesn't have any statement, but it doesn't have any break to A. The control comes down to small a and it is catching this A. Okay. And as a result, this statement is getting executed. And after that, since there is a break, the control comes out of the switch block. So this is the basic mechanism of switch. But mind it, you have to provide only character or integer. You are not allowed to supply any other data type here. Hopefully you have understood. Yes.
Sir, if it matched with different cases?
If it matches with different cases, how is it possible? Okay, you are asking that if I keep the case value same.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That is not possible. I think a compiler will throw an error. Clearly, it will throw an error. But let us try it also. Compiler will clearly throw an error. Yes. Duplicate case value. I think you have seen it.
Yes, sir.
So we need a break before next class, so you can end the class now.
We need a break
Before next class, so
before next class. Okay. I have almost completed distance control syntax, so you may leave the class.
okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir.